George Woolverton, a partner in the law firm of Stockwell, Harris, Woolverton and Mule, was appointed by the state of California Senate to the California Insurance Guarantee Association Board of Governors on April 5, 2012. The California Insurance Guarantee Association, commonly referred to as CIGA, handles a large body of runoff claims from insolvent insurance carriers. Since its creation in 1969, CIGA has successfully taken over the covered claim responsibilities of over 100 insolvent member insurers. Between the years 1969 and 2000, CIGA averaged payments of approximately $51 million per year. But by the year 2004, a number of insolvencies from large workers' compensation member insurers greatly increased CIGA's payments. Two of those insolvent insurers during the very early 21st century were Paula Insurance Company, also known as Pan American Underwriters, and Fremont Indemnity, Fremont Compensation Insurance Company. For the 2011 fiscal year, CIGA paid in excess of $234 million in claims arising from insolvent member insurers. For the most recent 5-year period from 2007 through 2011, CIGA paid out in excess of $1.4 billion, which was an average of approximately $280 million per year. That's a huge difference from the average $51 million annually that was the payout from 1969 to the end of the 20th century. So the yearly payouts increased from a $51 million average to a $280 million average for our recent past 5 years. That's an increase of 5 to 6 times the annual amount from the 20th century to the 21st century. That is radical. But the Board of Governors, which oversees CIGA, is appointed mostly by the California Insurance Commissioner. 9 of the board's members are insurer members and 4 are public members. The Insurance Commissioner appoints 2 of the public members, and the other 2 public members are appointed by the State Assembly, which appoints 1, and the State Senate, which appoints 1. George Woolverton was appointed by the State Senate after he applied for the public position. George Woolverton is a veteran workers' compensation defense attorney who joined the law firm of Zani, Gonocchio and Taylor in 1974 when he was still a law clerk. He got his JD degree from Southwestern Law School in Los Angeles in 1975, passed the bar exam that same year, and consequently became a lawyer with Zani's office. He stayed with Zani for 20 years until he joined the Stockwell office. As the 60-year-old ever-evolving firm is known affectionately in the workers' compensation claims industry. Back in the 1960s and the 1970s, the Stockwell office was called Kendig, Stockwell and Gleason. Then it went through different partners over time, but always retained the Stockwell name in it. It changed to Stockwell, Harris, Anderson, and Whittam at one stage, and then moved on to Stockwell, Harris, Whittam, and Woolverton. Now, since 2009, the firm is known as Stockwell, Harris, Woolverton, and Mule. There might have been other variations of the firm name which this journalist has missed. George Woolverton was the chairman of the California Fair Employment and Housing Commission starting in 1999, when he was appointed by then Governor Gray Davis. He served for 8 years and then was appointed by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger in 2006 for another 4-year term. He oversaw this judicial body that handles Department of Fair Employment and Housing cases. I oversaw the judicial process to adjudicate through my commission, George said on Friday the 13th by phone. When commenting on his time as the chairman of the FEHC, he said, "It was a great experience from a personal perspective." George seems to be a political animal and enjoys a life in politics. When asked if he feels this is a correct depiction of him, he said, "Yeah, I think so." I'm Lance Lamont from AdjusterCom.